Hey guys, how's it going? This is Dilmer and welcome to my channel again. So I wanted to talk a little bit about motivation and why it's so important and maybe bring you up to speed with, how I actually stay motivated. What are some of the tricks that I do? How many hours a day am I working on my games? And then share some of my own experiences because making games is not all about finishing tasks and completing those tasks and showing the game to other people, but it actually changes your life, and it dramatically will change the way that you see the world. Because there were days that I was actually working more hours than anybody that I've known. And you have to realize that there's a lot of mental focus that you have to have in order to complete that much work. Because I mean, we're talking about working days that they seem like they never finish, they never end. So this is all about a mental game. You want to make sure that you're eating, you're super healthy, you're spending time with your family, and it's not all about making gains. It's also about keeping a life balance. And you might hear things that I say online where there are days where I'm working at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and it's gonna happen. You're gonna experience it. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you have a balance in your life. And when I say that, it's because there were days that I was working really late. And what I've been learning about it is the more and the later that you're working on your games, the more work that you're putting in, it basically starts to become a job. And we want to avoid, call this a job. Has to be your passion, and it is work, but you want to make sure that you're passionate about whatever you're doing towards your game. Because at the end of the day, when you go to bed, when you look back, it has to be about your journey. It has to be about how fun this process was, and not all about work, work, work. So I want to walk you through some of the things that I do and how I do it. And I don't want to say that it's perfect, but it's been a process that I've been learning over the past few years. So the first thing and foremost is to wake up very early. Make sure that you set up a time where that you can be focused, that you can look at what you're going to be doing through the day. And that time for me is 5 a.m. So you wake up really early, you're really fresh, you had at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and then you're looking at what you got to do for that morning, and then for the rest of the day, and then throughout the week. It's pretty easy. Don't make it complicated. Get up, and then also exercise, because that's really, really important, and have a really good breakfast. And then the other thing is, how late do you have to work on your games? And that all depends on how much time you're having as far as like free time. How much time do you want to dedicate to your family? Because your family is very, very important. So one of the things that I do is I wait for them to go to bed, and if it's 9 p.m., 9:30 p.m., 10 p.m., I put my kids in bed. As soon as they're asleep and my wife is asleep, I basically tell my wife that from 10 p.m. to 12 p.m. I'm gonna be working on my dream project. So she knows the expectations to have from me. So I tell her, I'm gonna spend this much time throughout the week working on my project. So that is very, very important. You want to make sure that you keep communication with your family, with your friends. If you have a day job, you also want to make sure that you're getting enough sleep so that you can make the best out of your day job. We don't want to suffer on any areas. You don't want to be really bad in your day job and really good in game development, and then have a horrible life balance in your family. And so make sure that you're balancing those things out, because that is really, really important. And then the other thing, all these things are really, really important. And the reason why is because if, let's say that you're not your relationship with your wife is not going really well, that's going to suffer in other areas. It's going to suffer, of course, in your family, but also it's going to affect how innovative you are, because you're going to be thinking about that. So that's why it's so important to have a balance in all areas. The same thing, you might have a wonderful family, you're super happy with that, but then you're not finishing your dream projects. The worst thing that can happen is, years pass, and then you look back and you're like, okay, what have I done? And that's what drives me. So keeping a family happy, keeping, you know, my projects going, and then, you know, always waking up in the morning and then looking up for what I have to do for the rest of the year. And, you know, one thing that is so powerful is this last year, I look back, you know, I sat with my wife and we look back at everything that we accomplished as a family, everything that I accomplished professionally. And, you know, she looked at what I've done, and she knows how hard I work. And she tells me, wow, you really did an amazing job. And she was super proud of me. I'm super proud of her for being an amazing woman, an amazing mom. So that is success to me, is, you know, the year end and then look back at everything that I've done. I released so many games. They might not be AAA games, but they're games that I'm pretty proud of. They might not be super complicated. Might not have thousands of levels, but I got it done. I finished it. That's what I started with. And that's, to me, what success is all about, is whatever you get in your head and then following through and then finishing everything that you set yourself to do. So just make sure that you do that. Make sure that you keep balances, because all of that is very, very important. And again, thank you again for joining me. I'm learning through these videos. They might not be perfect like everything that I do, but I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty excited about making these videos for the community. And again, thanks again. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the comments. I'm always checking the comments, and a lot of these topics that I'm gonna be covering is from what people say that they're interested in. So whatever you're saying in Twitter and you're sending me in an email, I'm always checking everything. So just let me know what topics I need to cover, what things you're lacking on that you need to improve on, what things I need to improve on. So again, thanks again, and don't forget to share. And then, you know, I hate to say it, subscribe to my channel, but that it's what's gonna help me, and that's what's gonna allow me to create more videos. So thanks again. This is Dilmer. Thank you.